What's up guys, JP here. So we're back on the custom splitter. This is our journey on building an affordable splitter for the Jaguar F-Type. We have our NGX board. I think we can make 2, maybe even 3 of our templates out of that. So we're gonna go ahead and get this video started. Today we'll just be tracing out the template and getting the foam cut. We still gotta order all the carbon fiber. Gotta do some research on that, figure out how much twill we're gonna need. Are we gonna end up doing an infusion, buying an infusion pump and all that, or are we gonna just try to wet lay? We're kind of still torn between that. So let's get this set up on here and we'll start tracing it out.
Built with soul, not just steel.
Okay, so there is an actual slight taper here, so you can see just barely. So want to make sure we catch that taper. Okay. Again, we might be able to get 2 to 3 of these. For sure 2, but maybe even 3 of these out of one board. Be also nice to have an extra just in case I mess up, because this is the first time I've ever done this or anything like this, so never done any composite work. I mean, I've messed around with fiberglass in the past, fixing body kit bumpers and stuff, but there's a few spots that aren't 100% perfect. You know, it's a problem with cutting by hand. When you're cutting by hand and it's not CNC'd, it's got minor microscopic differences, but that's okay. Okay, that looks good. Now we got to cut out our inside. Okay, let's see where we're at, guys. Just out of curiosity. Feels good to have my shop back. Finally got this place cleaned up. It was such a mess. This is our permanent template. So I think what I'm gonna end up probably doing eventually is actually tracing this onto cardboard and then keeping a cardboard template. But you can see here, that looks pretty dang good. A few little spots that are, you know, the arcs are slightly different. You know, like right here, I gotta straighten that section out to come across this way, down and in. That looks good. This one actually came out pretty dang good on this side. Just a hair low right there. Down and in. Okay. And so what we're going to do with the foam knife or the foam cutter is we're going to go ahead and stay on the outside of the black line, and then we will sand where we need to sand down, because technically this is bigger than the splitter. We need to be on this side of the line, but I don't want to accidentally mess up. So we're going to stay just right on the edge of it, and then we will hand sand down past the line and then go from there.
Make sure you got proper ventilation when cutting through this foam. You know, proper face mask. I picked this up on Amazon. That's what we're going to be using to cut it. I think this was like 50 bucks or so. I already have it set up right here. Comes with spare wires. Okay. This says it's got a battery right there, but I don't know if it just needs to be charged or if that's just showing that it's working, but okay. This way, or should we do this one? I'm kind of thinking this one, actually. That's what I'm thinking. These just pop off just like that. Okay. I'm going to have a little more control this way. Alright, we're just going to plug it in. Not quite sure. These must just get hot. Like a hot knife. Okay, so I think this way would probably be the easiest because then I can push and turn. Here goes nothing, guys. We'll get, like I said, 2 attempts out of this, so that's pretty good. I'll start this now and then probably go to time lapse once we get going. This should start to glow. I think. Let's find out. Oh, wow. This thing cuts really fast. Okay. Wow, okay. Definitely going to have to sand this to get it flat and true. I didn't realize how fast this thing cuts, but try to stay on the outside of this line. Get off of there. Okay, here we go. Oh, man. We'll have to fill that little spot, not a big deal. Cut's really nice. It's just a little bit of a learning curve. It's so fine. It's really hard to see. Plus, I'm really highly caffeinated. I'm a couple second, third coffee today. So let's see here. I'm going to see if the single blade, the knife looking one, would be better than this, because no matter what I do, I'm going to have to cut each piece off, and I like to keep as much foam good. So let's try that. Make sure this isn't hot. Okay. Alright. Just out of curiosity. Alright, let's see what this does. I think this whole thing will get hot. I think. find out. So then we can just, oh yeah, that's much better, guys. Lot more stable. Just using it as a hot knife instead. Awesome. That's the trick, guys. Look at that cut. We're going to clean up some of this. We'll get you guys on time lapse. All right, so definitely a little shaky, but all this can pretty much be smoothed out. But that right there is our foam core for the carbon fiber front splitter. Let's kind of see how it compares to the original one I drew up. So I'll bring this back. There you go. Pretty dang good, guys, for doing it all by hand. Like this corner got cut off just a little bit, but that's not a big deal. But you see, I mean, we definitely stayed within. We're sticking out past all the way around, so we have enough to sand. This side's pretty close. It's kind of in and out, so we'll have to take it to its lower section, but I'm really happy with that. For the first time ever cutting foam, kind of took a learning curve because the wire just cut way too fast. This thing was awesome, but it's so thin, it's hard to track, and it's so fast because it's so thin, it's like, so, yeah, like I might think about like going across this, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want the waves. I think I'll just leave it exactly how it is. The knife worked better. We got enough to make a second one, and we'll sand this down. I did buy, I think our fumes are gone. Hold on. Yeah, still stinky. Okay. So I did buy these Duragold right here. All different sanding blocks. There is a 1-inch radius block right here. So that'll give us a nice radius all the way around. So we're going to leave the back edge flat and straight, so we'll sand this straight, but we want to radius this front edge a little bit. I might even actually go, I might even hold it like this, you guys. See that? Radius just the bottom, because I want the flat side where the air hits to be sharp, so air hits, but also radius to go faster under the car to create a vacuum, basically, to help pull this down. So, yeah, just curious how these work. Let's test them out real quick. This is 220 and what is this? 60 grit. 60. 80, 120, 220, 600. Let's go with I think right in the middle. We'll do a 220. That's pretty cool. And these come with like a block. You stick these two, or a handle, one of these right here. Here's the handle. There you go. Let's see how that works. Just to kind of get a rough idea, guys. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice radius right there. So we may just radius this edge and then flatten this out with just a flat piece. So that looks really good.
Okay, we got the door opened up for some ventilation. We did leave our tool on for a while to burn off most of the residual that was on there. There's quite a bit. So we left it just on the ground, let it get hot and smoke off, and that worked pretty well. Again, this is looking pretty good. Like I said, we'll take a flat edge to actually make this even. That's probably what we'll do now. We'll make it even first before we round it anymore. But that, I mean, from up here, that's a really nice radius right there. I'm really happy with that. The back looks good. So, yeah, I think this is going to go really well for our first time ever doing a project like this, you guys. So let's get a flat board. Here's a flat board. Let's get some something a little more aggressive than 220. There's 180. Let's try some 180. All right. Oh, this sands out nicely, you guys. Just got to make sure you keep it supported. We're going to put our mask back on here, but look at that already. I mean, all my little blemishes and imperfections are already going away. This is working really, really good. The longer you do strokes, the more consistent your sanding pattern will be along the edge. You won't get as many high spots. That's already almost blemish free right there, guys.
Oh man, guys, this is looking fantastic, actually. Look at this. Two little spots, but honestly, a little bit of resin in there should be okay. Look at this. My nice. I want to round this one a little bit more. I gotta go to that black line just a little bit, but so now we're gonna clean up the inside, and then we'll start to round that outer edge. We'll probably round it. I was thinking about it just for wrapping purposes. Probably don't want a sharp edge, so we'll probably round it all the way around, but I'm really happy with this, especially for my first time. It's going freaking excellent. So yeah, this foam is actually really fun to work with. It's nice. Okay. Whew. Look at this bad boy. Not really sure how it got eaten up down here. Just moving across the table, I guess, but no big deal. I'm not super concerned with the backside. So all these little dimples and rivets are fine, because that's under the car and you ain't gonna see it. But the front is what I'm really happy with. It looks really good. We still got to round the edges, but it came out really nice. A couple spots got chipped off while sanding. You know, there's a break in the foam, so like that kind of stuff. But I didn't realize that you make these foams and strips like that. But honestly, this stuff's super dense. I think it's 15 PSI, something like that, if I remember seeing it. Let's find out. I don't remember where I saw it. I saw it somewhere. But, yeah. So anyways, it's capable of a lot of compression, but once the carbon fiber's on there, you're not going to even notice it. So, I'm really happy with this, guys. I'm going to round these edges, and I'm going to call that good. It's super lightweight. Shoot, it's almost like an airplane. Woo! So...
Guys, I'm actually really stoked about this. I probably already mentioned it, but I am really satisfied with how that turned out. Look how nice rounded the edges are. And what was awesome is on the far ends, taking that 1-inch round around the corner helped actually round the actual corner on top of the radius here. So Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, I mean, there's some imperfections, like this cut a little deep. The inside has way more imperfections, like here. But you ain't gonna see any of this. I can add some epoxy resin in there. But honestly, everything's radiused now. This piece is done. It's freaking light. So really, really happy with that. We're gonna call that done. Now we just gotta order the carbon fiber. Well, you guys, that is it. This is like the third episode of building our own splitter. We're just doing this in stages when we have spare time in between projects and in between things. We still are trying to get one long form video released a week, so sometimes we have to kind of throw a video idea together, get it recorded for you guys to keep consistent with our YouTube algorithm. But yeah, I'm again really, really happy with the way this splitter turned out. So for now, learning, building, and sharing the ride. This is JP Street and Performance. Until next time.